Hey guys, I just want to make an update video. My current, this is basically gonna be my final probably build guide for this build at least. I think my next project I'm probably gonna work on for the next like I don't know week is I want to figure out if I can make a build that on around day 2, day 3, can we do the Titanic farm? Because I feel like that would be insanely lucrative if there's any build, even if you're not doing like perfectly ideal maps like maybe you're only doing 50% pack size. Like, is there any build that can do that very well? Roughly like, day 2. So it's probably like, I don't know, 100, 200 divines. But basically, we finished the wand. That's cool. I've just been servicing it. Obviously, we made this bow too earlier in the league. It was pretty sick craft. I mean, we made these boots because they didn't exist. We wanted these. So this character is like, I feel like it's really complete. I actually switched to this helm recently. I basically just wanted the increased effect of non-curse auras from your skills. Made it so I gained a point. Basically gained a skill point on the tree because I was using this and specking this, but like now we don't have to spec these because I don't have to spell slinger two things. Because I have my conductivity. Like it just gets triggered when I press this. Like when I focus, boom. Conductivity gets dropped. That's kind of the one change I've made recently. I mirrored this because, I mean, I got really unlucky on tailoring orbs, so I sold my other chest. We swapped to this one. This is one-off perfect divine. Seemed like a good buy. The fee for this was, I think, 30 divines. Fee for this was 80. Obviously, we have, like, Simplex Amulet. Can't really change this. I crafted this. Pretty good. Only it had T1 rarity. Whatever, it's basically 6% rarity there. Obviously, I have a rarity mageblood with percent in. I actually got the. I feel like I got this for a insane deal. But yeah, but that's basically the gear I'm wearing. Obviously, 2 of these wands. Mageblood. Obviously, a rarity flask. Can't be stunned. Extra crit. Void shock. Because we're obviously using Storm Shroud. I've been using you can spec Chaos Inoculation so we can get the extra curse. Because from what I saw, conductivity is like a massive DPS increase. I think it's around like 25% or so. Obviously, he's like both the Emperor's Wit and Mastery for the int. We have the Watcher's Eye. Watcher's Eye for Purity Fire. That also makes you immune to Burning Ground. That's 20% of the convert. Obviously, Sublime Vision. Everyone knows what this does. It's another 30%. It's crazy how expensive these got, dude. I remember these are 200 divine. Now they're like nearly 2 mirrors. Obviously, Storm Shroud with Corrupted Blood immunity. That's how we get Ailment immune. You don't technically like probably fully need it if you got just Ignite immune, but in my opinion, I always want to be Ailment immune because like you can still get like sapped and stuff if you press the Here's like the one thing I see a lot of people not do is opportunistic. Because basically I don't even go for spell suppress on my gear. Like technically you could have like you spec the spell slinger or spellbreaker and then you like forbidden flame polymath, but at least for the unique farm, I feel like this is just too valuable. It just gives you more damage and makes you take reduced damage, so obviously we take this because life regen mobs, Maven mobs. I mean instant leech, obviously it's insane. We have like a light of meaning here. I actually end up pathing this way though, just to so I could keep this jewel for this. And then like you can also get light of meaning, which this obviously gives a lot of yes. Like let's see, 20k. It's like 1.3k yes. It's pretty valuable, I'd say, for and this wheel gives you crit chance when things have lightning exposure. Obviously this gives yes because in the wheel like all this does. I have like this point right here. I basically had 1 point left over. I mean, it could go there, it could go here. This just, I feel like my accuracy was kind of low. So yeah, we just put it here. I didn't have like 100% of against evasive, which was kind of annoying because I swapped back to this, like the 8 passive. Like feed the Fury with this just for crit. I've been trying to like cap my crit. It's getting really close to being capped, but obviously you need a Lethal Pride. You need Rocky Addy Lethal Pride that gives you Tempered by War. That's your last 50%. And then you don't care about your resists. Because we're CI, we don't need cast res. And then we convert all lightning and cold damage to fire, so... The only thing that actually matters on your build's fire. Obviously, you need a high evasion, because the only thing that's going to probably kill you with this build is physical damage. Which, like, physical damage, I feel like it's going to one-shot you no matter what, pretty much, if it's a big enough hit, so... With my Lethal Pride, I went for double damage and Intim. For a while, I was using, like, Intim with Endurance Charge on kill. But I don't know. From what I saw, the Endurance Charge didn't save me any more than... I'd rather just have the slightly extra damage. But that's basically it. Like, I feel like this is like... I don't really know what else I would do to this build. It works very well for the unique farm. As you see here, wait, I guess I didn't even show this. Like we have 402 rarity, and then obviously another 45. So basically we have 450 rarity when we kill on a unique monster, which is pretty high. 450 rarity. I think you can get to a 500 if you really want. If you made a double rarity, you get a double rarity Lich Circlet as well. Should give you another, like, what, 54, I believe. But I feel like around 400 is, like, kind of fine. Anything after that's really DR'd. From what I know, isn't the I feel like the DR is around, like, 300 even, where it starts, like, pretty hard DRing, but the way I see Rarity, if you don't have to give anything up for it, why not have it, right? But that's basically, like, how I viewed Rarity this league. I'm just like, if I'm not giving up damage for it, like, let's just, why not get it, you know? But other than that, that's basically the build. Like, that's my final version of the build. Obviously, it's a very expensive build, you know? I do not recommend, like, playing this build unless... Like, a lot of people like to ask, like, is there a budget? And the thing I always tell them is, the Haunted by Tormented Spirits is what, like, it's almost 100 divines just for that, and you need 2 wands. So even if you don't have a Mirror Wand, which obviously is going to be way worse, you're looking at 200 divines just in the enchant, which I feel like if you're playing Wand and you don't have Tormented Spirit, you're, like, trolling, right? But that's basically my opinion. And don't play this build if you want to play it. If you're worried about budget, don't play this build. This build is, like... I feel like you have, like, an infinite amount you can almost spend on it. To some degree. So that's it. That's the build I just want to share, everyone. Basically my final build version of it, I feel like.